Today we're going to talk about how to find the solutions to a system of inequalities, okay? So similar to a system of equations, systems of inequalities are they're going to be two or more linear, which means based off of a line, inequalities that are graphed together. The solution of a regular inequality is the shaded region. And so if you have a system of inequalities, the solution is the overlapping shaded region. Oh, sorry, shaded only has one D. That satisfies both inequalities. So it has to satisfy both. So it's the area that is shaded in both inequalities. Okay. Also, don't forget if we draw our little math emojis, that if we have a line with an equal to, it's going to be a solid line, and those are going to be included in our solution. If we have just the less than or the greater than, those are going to be dashed lines, and those are not included in our solution. Okay, so let's scoot down a little bit and look at example 1. Okay, this first one is already in y equals mx plus b, so we don't have to change anything. I'm going to graph the first line in pink. The slope is -1, the b is also -1. So we start here, we're going to go down like this, up. So either go down to the right or up to the left, since our graph is negative, the slope is negative, and we do not have that equal to sign. So this is going to be a dashed line. Okay, the line is dashed because we have no equal to, and also this is a greater than, and so this is going to be shaded above. So I'm not going to shade in this whole area. I'm just going to do some streaks to let you know which area would be the shaded region. Okay, now we'll look at the second graph, which I'm going to do in blue, and this one has a slope of +1 and a b-value of -5. So I'm going to start my graph down here at -5, and then I have a slope of +1. As we know, these are opposite reciprocal slopes, so these two lines are actually perpendicular. That's not super relevant to this, but just pointing it out. And then this is a less than sign, so it's also dashed. It's not a solid line, and it is going to be shaded below since it's less than. So this is the less than, okay? So this area right here, I'm going to highlight it in green for you to see. This area that is pink and blue, now I'm just making it green on top of it, that is the solution, okay? This is the solution area right here. Okay, so any points that are in that area, they are going to be part of the solution. Looking over here for number 2, we can see that our slope is 1/3. Okay, our b value is 7. So we start up here at 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then our 1/3 is up 1, right 3, or down 1, left 3. Okay, this is a less than sign, so I am going to have a dashed line, and it is going to be shaded below. So this is quite a bit of our graph here. All of this area below is going to be part of the solution of the first graph. Okay, get a little bit down here. All right, now we'll look at the second graph, which the slope is going to be -1, the b is 4. So I start my graph right here at 4, okay, -1, I will go up to the left or down to the right, like that. This is a greater than or equal to. So this is going to be a solid line because it has that equal to sign. But it has that equal to line, so it is going to be solid. Okay, then it is shaded above. So everything that is above this graph is going to be part of the solution. So if we look at what the system is, okay, this area right here in green, this is going to be part of the solution. Now remember, if it is on top of a dashed line, that is not going to be included. Any points that are on top of a dashed line are not included. If it's on top of a solid line, then it is included. If you're looking at an intersection, they both have to be solid to include it. It cannot just be one solid and one dash like this one. They both would need to be solid. Okay, let's go down and look at another example. Okay, this first one that we have right here, this one is we're going to have to solve for our y value. Okay, so we have x minus 4y is less than or equal to 24. So I need to subtract x from both sides. I end up with negative 4y is less than or equal to negative x plus 24. And now I'm going to divide both sides by negative 4. Don't forget something that's always going to be important to remember. If you divide an inequality by a negative sign, you are going to have to flip the inequality symbol. So this would change to y is greater than or equal to 1/4 x minus 6. Okay, so my slope here is going to be positive 1/4. My b is going to be negative 6. And I have a greater than or equal to inequality sign. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and then I'm going to go up 1, right 4, or down to the left. This is a solid line because it has that equal to symbol underneath it. And then because it is greater than, it is shaded above. So all of this area above is the first solution set. Now let's look at the second one. I have a slope of 2. I have a b of 1. So I will make my point here and graph my line. Okay, this is a less than or equal to sign, so it is also going to be solid because it has that equal to symbol with it. And then the less than is shaded below. So all of this right here. Okay, so I'm going to highlight in green all of this area that is shaded by the pink and the blue is our inequality solution. Okay, it has to be shaded in both areas. So any point that is in here is going to be a solution. Also, anything that is on the line could be included because these are solid lines. All right, let's look at one more example. Okay, the first one is x is less than negative 4. If we take a look at our slope man, anytime you have an equation that doesn't have an x and a y, you're going to want to refer back to your slope man. Okay, so our slope man shows us our positive, our negative, our undefined with our little x nose piercing, and then our zero mouth with his little y tongue sticking out. Okay, so that x nose piercing is actually what's going to show us. So this is going to be a vertical line. That x just tells us, okay, that's going to be a vertical line with an undefined slope. So I make a dot here at negative 4, and I'm going to have a vertical line that goes through negative 4. Now, I did make a mistake because this is going to be a less than symbol, and so since it's not shaded, or excuse me, since it's not equal to, I'm going to have to do my line dashed. Okay, so I have a dashed line through negative 4. Now, less than -4, this is a little different. You have to think about on the x-axis, which side is less than -4. Is 0 and up here 8 less than, or are these numbers over here? And it's going to be the left side that is actually going to be less than. So this is going to be that solution set. Okay. Now our second line, we're going to have to solve for y. Okay. So we have 3x plus 2y is less than or equal to -2. We're going to subtract 3x from both sides. 2y is less than or equal to -3x minus 2. Divide both sides by 2. And we end up with y is less than or equal to -3/2x minus 1. Okay, so we'll start our graph at -1. -3/2 will be down 3, right 2, or up 3, left 2, like this. Since it is less than or equal to, it is going to be a solid line. Okay, and then the less than is shaded below. So we are going to be shading everything that is below this graph. Okay, so as you can see, we are looking at just the double shaded. So all of this and then up right here, that is going to be what is included in our solution. Okay, all that lime green that's shaded by both the pink and the blue, that is going to be our solution set. Remember, if it's on the line, it is only included if it's a solid line. If it's an intersection, it has to be both solid lines. Okay, so that is how we graph systems of inequalities.